guys, it's Sheena from Teton Raptor Center, and I'm here to give you all this week's patient update, so let's go ahead and get started. I want to kick things off by highlighting 3 of our most recent releases. Here we have Cooper's Hawk 925A going back to the wild. And next up, we've got Swainson's Hawk 822 going back to the wild down in Star Valley. This was the bird with trichomoniasis in his mouth. And lastly, we have our tiniest northern saw-whet owl 9.5 going back out into the wild. So we're really excited to get these guys out. Moving right along to our current patients, here we have Great Horned Owl 1023, and this bird came from Rexburg, Idaho, and is dealing with some head trauma. We think that this bird might have been struck by a vehicle based on the signs of head trauma and eye trauma that we're seeing. Additionally, this bird does have a lot of internal parasites, so not only are we treating this bird for the head trauma, but she or he is on an anti-parasitic medication. Next up, we've got Red-tailed Hawk 1021, and this bird came in from Lander, Wyoming, and was also unfortunately struck by a vehicle. He's dealing with some internal hemorrhaging that we can diagnose based on the radiographs that we're seeing from this bird. There's a little bit of cloudiness in the chest cavity, and then the blood work that we did on this bird is indicative of some sort of internal hemorrhaging. So he actually was able to move out of our ICU, but we'll be getting some follow-up blood work done this week to see how things are progressing, and hopefully I'll be able to update you guys on his progress next week. Next, we have Northern Saw-whet Owl 1014. This bird flew into a window in Jackson and is currently living in the ICU. He still is exhibiting signs of a concussion. Otherwise, we would move him to a bigger enclosure because he looks okay. Radiographs are okay. Nothing's broken. But we just want to give him plenty of time to recuperate. He's on some anti-inflammatory pain medication to help keep him comfortable. But otherwise, we have no other reason to move him to a bigger space in the next few days. So hopefully he'll get out of the ICU soon and things will start moving forward. Next is Great Horned Owl 911. This bird came from Firth, Idaho, and is getting back out into the wild on Saturday, so we're really excited to get him out the door. He's flying beautifully and catching live prey really well. We've been putting live mice out there, and he is very consistent in his ability to hunt and catch live prey, so it is time for him to leave and go back to the wild. Speaking of it being time to leave, I am so excited to announce that long-eared owl 81, who's been here since the very beginning of August, is finally getting released back out in Douglas, Wyoming. This bird came in with a very severe radius, ulna, and metacarpus fracture to one of his wings, and we were not sure that this bird would be able to even be released just due to the severity of the injuries that he sustained. He did have to have surgery on his wing, and then he had to have a follow-up surgery to have all of the hardware. We had external hardware in his bones that had to be removed before he got released. He is now flying so well, and there's no reason to keep him any longer. So in the next week's video, I should hopefully have a release video of this guy for you all. All right, that's all we've got time for this week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed learning more about our birds. Remember that if you want to do your part to help keep wild birds wild, you can check out our website at tetonraptorcenter.org and make a donation. You can also find that link to donate in the description below. Bye!